and welcome to the Homemade Podcast Sports. This is your host, J Pops.
And welcome back to the Homemade Podcast of Sports with your host, J Pops. Guys, today's date is December 15th. We are a day away from early National Signing Day. So please, guys, make sure you all tune in to that. And trust me, I will have a special edition of Early Signing Day come on tomorrow. Now, it might come out pretty early because I will be up and I will be alarmed and ready for this early National Signing period. But guys, first off, another thing, the national ranking selection by the playoff committee comes out tonight. Now, of course, we're all waiting on the big one for December 20th, which is after the Texas A&M game against Tennessee, which will end the actual rankings and place guys in the big time bowl games and essentially the playoff games and stuff like that. So please make sure you guys are watching that as well. Excuse me on that. But guys, before I get started, it was a fan, it was a fan that came into the comments on yesterday about the video that I posted yesterday. And before I get to that, let me clear up something here. I was talking a little bit too fast yesterday when I was explaining Kellen Mond, and I accidentally said social justice for what he was standing up for. Guys, let me clear that up now. My apologies to you, Kellen Mond, and to anybody who was listening. It was about racial injustice, So I just want to clear that up. That is what Kellen Mond was preaching on and things like that. So let me just clear that up. Anywho, let's keep going. Guys, it was somebody that came in the comments on yesterday. And once again, I love you guys and I thank you guys for just tuning into this show, man. Making it bigger than what I thought it was going to be, But she came into the comments and she had left some positive remarks. And she had said that your channel and your podcast is one of my favorites. You make me smile every day and you give out motivation whenever you speak on topics and you speak it with passion. I thank you for that. That's not the first time I've heard that. Of course, me doing it, I don't know how I, just really present it to you guys because you guys are the listeners and you guys are the audience. So I thank you guys for just believing in my passion and believing in me doing this podcast. I thank you. I could not ask for that enough, okay? So thank you guys once again. So with that being said, what I will do is try to provide more motivation of when I come on here. So I'm going to start all of my podcasts from here on out by giving a motivational quote for you to carry on through your day. All right. So my motivational quote for the day. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. That's my motivational quote for the day. For you guys, for anyone that's listening and may have needed that. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. That's that. Please take the quote however you want to take it. And let that sink into your mind and sink into your head and keep moving forward, man. Once again, the motivational quote for the day, the secret of getting ahead is getting started. Get started. That's it. Keep going. Do not look back on it. All right? Just get started. Keep going. All right? Anywho, before I get into this, because on this latest edition of the Homemade Podcast of Sports, guys, we're going to talk about Texas A&M versus Tennessee, of course. We're going to break down the national statistical rankings, okay? So before I get into that and before I get into other things, I was listening to my Texas Ags Radio. Of course, I am a subscriber. I'm a huge listener to those guys. Shout out to Texas Ags Radio, by the way. Billy Lucci, That guy there is phenomenal. Olin Buchanan, that guy there is phenomenal. And old Gabe, that guy there is also phenomenal. Shout out to all of those guys up there. But I was listening to Texas Axe Radio, and I listened to him this morning before I did this podcast, and yesterday. The playoffs. Of course, guys, I keep on saying I don't want to get into that because I just want to win. I just want this team to win and have a winning record. We just want to get back to winning. All right? And the playoffs will fall in line. But as of right now, man, Billy Lucci was saying that, and he made some very interesting points, and he made some factual points. Everybody is against Texas A&M getting into these college football playoffs. Also, everybody thinks that Texas A&M didn't deserve to be in the college football playoffs. Why? Because they have the one loss to Alabama, and it got blown out. They got blown out. Got that one loss to Alabama, which, by the way, is number one team in the country. All right. Also, now we're hearing that the win against Florida isn't that good because Florida just lost to LSU. What? Are you guys serious? What are we getting at now? Are we just pointing out anything, and then not only is that the excuse now? Well, let's go back to the Vanderbilt game. We're going to go all the way back to the first game of the season now? You guys are killing me, man. You're killing me. So the win against Vandy didn't look good. They lost to Alabama. That is the thing that we're going to sit on. Well, they lost to Alabama, man. We're going to sit on that forever. Third of all, the win against Florida doesn't look good now because now we know that Florida ain't a good team. Now you guys are saying that Florida isn't a good team? We've been saying that. You were the guys that ranked them up that high. We didn't tell you to do that. You guys done it. Anywho, another thing that they're pointing out, well, they've won all their games since then, but none of them look convincing. Yeah, they won against Auburn, but guys were hoping that we were going to lose the Auburn game. Guys were hoping that we were going to lose the Mississippi State game already. And you can bet your ass, guys are crossing their fingers that we will lose to Tennessee. Or if not lose, we just don't look that good playing against Tennessee. I've not seen that much hate for a team in a long time that's not even a blue blood. We're not even a blue blood team. We're not. And, we can also talk about Ohio State and what are they, 5-0? Finna head into the title game come Saturday. Yeah, you know what? I don't want to discredit Ohio State for the success that they've done and things of that nature. But Ohio State fans, if you're listening, I'm gonna tell you right now, you guys have the biggest targets on your head out of anybody that's ranked up there as a top 14. As top 14, you guys have the biggest target on your head. Also, I can tell you another thing. They're gonna get in the playoffs. You know you're saying what's about it. That team, and this is Ohio State fans if you listen. In my mind, in my opinion, I just don't think you guys are ready because of how many games you guys have played and because of that defense. Now, true enough, will the defense get to the playoffs and look a little better? Yeah, probably so. But I just don't think that defense will be able to hold up. All right, but you guys have the biggest target on your back. Now, I'm not going to say you guys don't deserve to be up there at number 4. And, that's that. But has Texas A&M put in the wins in a resume to at least get a shot at the national, at the playoffs? Yes. So I lobby it in, man. But for whatever reason, those guys just discredit us like crazy. And it is crazy to me, man, that those guys discredit us like that. As of right now, like I say, it's a lot of people that's vowing for Texas A&M not to get into the playoffs, man. And that is just so ballistic and crazy to me. That is crazy, man. But I just want that committee to know. And another thing is that now they're saying, well, if Notre Dame loses, they'll still get in there. But it's like, well, damn, man, are we looking at Notre Dame and Clemson back in there? Now you're looking at maybe a third game in one season. A third game in one season, man. So that's Really, really crazy to me. That is crazy as heck. But now they're saying that Notre Dame will deserve to be in there way more than Texas A&M with one loss. So what are we getting at here? Are we getting at the simple fact that you guys just don't want Texas A&M in there, period? Because now I'm seeing that people are saying, well, Cincinnati just may be better too. What has Cincinnati done to say that they're better than Texas A&M? Well, Texas A&M lost to Alabama. That is the only thing that you guys have to argue about. And then the second thing, well, they won against Florida, but it was only 3 points. But Florida just lost to LSU. And now I'm hearing that if Florida wins the SEC title game, oh, well, man, they should deserve a chance to go to college football playoffs because they're the SEC champ. Man, you can kill that nonsense, and we're going to end it right there. At this point, all I can say is this here. If we don't go to the playoffs, which is fine, but then again, it's not depending on who they put in there. If we don't get there, right now we're just focused on the Tennessee game. If we don't get there, I will tell you this. If we go to the Cotton Bowl or the Orange Bowl, either one of them, whoever that team may be that they're going to select for that bowl game, your ass has been put on notice. It ain't nothing against you. It ain't nothing against Tennessee in this game. We're mad. We're hungry. And that team is coming to dominate. Mark my words on that. It didn't know, oh, well, they didn't show up and they didn't feel like being there. No. That team is going to come in there. They're going to walk in there full of confidence and pride, and they're going to beat the shit. Excuse my language. They're going to beat the shit out of whoever's in their way. Cotton Bowl, Orange Bowl, it does not matter. Now I'm hearing that, well, if Iowa State or Oklahoma wins the Big 12, well, maybe we need to put them into college football. At this point, as I can see, and it's another team before they got to where they're at, Clemson. They tried to do Clemson the same way. Clemson just ultimately knocked down the door and said, no. That blue blood bullshit is over with. That blue blood bullshit favoritism is over with. We're going to kick in the door and we're going to stay here for a very long time. And until this day, everybody is mad at Clemson because Clemson ultimately ends up in the playoffs almost each and every year. So, hey, it is what it is. We're going to continue to play. We're going to continue to win football games. And it is what it is on there. All right. So let's get into some things here. So, guys, we got some breaking news in the SEC country. All right. Vandy versus Georgia has been canceled for the second time in a row. Yes, second time in a row. Also, Vandy has found their new head coach, guys, in Clark Lee from Notre Dame, who's the defense coordinator. That is some breaking SEC country news. All right. So, you guys, please stay tuned for that. That is some breaking news around the SEC country. Also, this is what Fisher said about the 2021 recruiting class that is currently ranked at number 13 as of right now. He feels pretty good that we will sign a darn good class and that you need, and also this is what he said. He said that you need depth at each and every position due to transfers and injuries year in and year out. All right. Also, Tomas Adelaide should be one of our biggest commits in the early signing day period. All right, so please keep that in mind. He should be one of our biggest commits in the early signing day period. It's no doubt about it that I'm confident that we will land him because he is an A&M favorite right now. I've checked my crystal ball predictions. He is leaning towards A&M and almost at, I believe he's at like 100%. Bryce Foster is still a 50-50 shot with us in Oklahoma for that guy. I do believe and I'm confident that we will land Bryce Foster as well. All right. So, all right, guys. Let's talk about these stats here going into the Tennessee game nationally. This is the talent on talent composite for this matchup. All right. Texas A&M is number 11 in overall talent for 5 stars, 38 4 stars, and 37 3 stars. And Tennessee is number 15 in overall talent with 5 stars, 31 4 stars, and 49 3 stars. This is the Texas A&M offense against the Tennessee defense. All right. A&M is number 36 on offense with 429.8 yards a game. Tennessee is number 59 on defense with 397.4 yards a game. A&M on scoring offense is number 43 with 31.4 points a game. Tennessee on scoring defense is number 68 with 29 points a game. A&M on first downs is number 52 with 187. Tennessee on first down defense is number 81 with 193 given up on the season. All right. A&M on third down offense is number 3 with a 597 percentage rating. Tennessee on fourth down defense is number 31 with a Tennessee on third down defense is number 101. That's their ranking. Number 101 with a .451 percentage rate. A&M on fourth down offense is number 121 with a .286%. That's because we don't go for it on fourth downs as often. Tennessee on fourth down defense is number 31 with a .444 percentage rate. A&M on passing offense is number 66 with 228.5 yards a game. A&M on passing efficiency is number 41 with 146.82. A&M on passing yards per completion is number 65 with 12.35 yards on average. A&M on passes had intercepted is tied for number 16. A&M on completion percentage is number 65 with a .607 percentage. A&M on sacks allowed is number 5. Yes, shout out to the Maroon Goons. A&M on sacks allowed is number 5 with only 4 on the season. Only 4. Tennessee on passing yards is number 105. Yes. You can go in. Yes. Tennessee on passing yards allowed is number 105 with 264.1 yards a game. Tennessee on passes intercepted is number 95 with only 4 on the season. Tennessee on passing defense efficiency is number 105 with a 151.2 efficiency. That's why I said, guys, look for Kellen Mond to have a big day. If Damon Demas is out there playing, look for Damon Demas to make an impact on this game. Tennessee on sacks is number 66 with 2 sacks on average a game. Tennessee on defensive touchdowns is tied for number 5 with about 3. All right. A&M on rushing offense is number 28 with 201 yards a game. A&M on tackles for loss allowed is number 10 with about 4 a game. Fumbles lost. A&M is tied for number 32 with 4 on the season. Tennessee on rushing defense is number 34 with about 133 yards a game. Tennessee on tackles for loss, tackles for loss is number 71 with about 5 a game. Tennessee on fumbles recovered is tied for number 62 with only 5 recovered on the season. A&M on red zone offense is number 50 with a .853 percentage and 29 scores on the season. Tennessee on red zone defense, this is why I give out these predictions. It's number 105 with a .889 percentage. A&M on time possession is number 9 with a 33-minute average. All right, so once again, my score prediction for the game is 35-7. This is the reason why we're a 14-point favorite over these guys. Once again, we're not sleeping on Tennessee by all means, but this is the reason why I gave out that prediction of a 35-7. If it's 42-0 at Tennessee in Knoxville, then there's no reason for the college football playoff committee to say, oh, but that wasn't a convention win. That was only Tennessee. These are the excuses that they're going to give. Also, another excuse that I've seen that is so crazy to me, and FPI prediction rate for a play, they put USC in there. They put USC in there. I'm talking about they put USC in there over Clemson. And A&M was the last one. They put a 49% chance of USC getting in there. Are you serious? Wow, man. What are we getting at here? So not only that, I woke up this morning and on my Instagram post of Elite College Football. That's the Instagram thing. Don't know where they dug this out from, nor knows who the hell made this. They had a post in there saying, do you think Texas A&M is deserving? And said Texas A&M only wins have come from teams that teams without a winning record. No, most teams without a winning record, and from teams whose coaches have now been let go. What the hell? I've never ever seen that before. Are we getting down to the point to where, well, the coaches got fired from the team, so man, that team, A&M doesn't deserve all that love. First of all, everybody thinks that A&M is overrated. There's a lot of people that's going to come to this podcast and say, well, yeah, man, they are overrated. Well, I beg to speak different on that. They're not overrated. They're right where they need to be. They're right where they need to be. They're a 7-1 team in the SEC West, and we went through an SEC gauntlet. Alabama is deservingly so to be the number one team because they have by far exceeded all the expectations of what anybody had for those guys. And they've went out and handled their business on each and every game, and that's why they're the number one team. All right, the only team that may have messed a lot of things up, maybe. And then I'm hearing that, well, SEC is in the down year. It's still SEC, people. It's still SEC. It's still SEC West. That's that. We're in the SEC West. We're not in the East. Because if we were in the East, then, hell, we'll be over Florida for the SEC East Championship. For the SEC East Champions. All right? So it is what it is. You know what? Sometimes I wish we were in the East. Missouri, Missouri Athletic, if you guys want to swap and A&M go to the East, hey, man, let's do it. Let's do it. Hey, we can go to the East. We go play Georgia. Hell, I wish we had Georgia in a down year. Shit. We probably could have been SEC East champions and by far went to a SEC East championship by now. All right? Our problem is that Alabama is in the damn way. LSU is in the damn way. They've been in the way for years. Auburn was in the way for years. No, man, we have a damn gauntlet in the SEC West. People, this is not no rodeo because the SEC, because LSU is down. You guys feel like, well, the SEC ain't good because Texas A&M is up. So the thing is that LSU is an SEC blue blood. Georgia is a SEC blue blood. Auburn is a SEC blue blood. And Florida is SEC blue blood. And Alabama is just a blue blood, period, nationally. If those teams aren't looking good and the other teams are looking good, well, it's a problem. The SEC was down. That is the excuse that they give us. Nobody wants to see Texas A&M on the rise when they actually know that it's a fact that Texas A&M is on a rise. Hell, we're about to sign our third top 10 recruiting class under Jimbo Fisher, like consecutively. This is about to be our consecutive top 10 recruiting class under this man. That has never been done before. That hasn't been done before. All right? So, guys, listen, man. We're going to places to where Texas A&M has never been. So, we're going to receive hate. I always reference back to Clemson. Clemson went to heights where they had never been before. But they've ultimately have stayed there. All right? So that's the difference. They're staying there, and now we're about to put a difference in there, and we're going to. They don't want to accept the fact that Texas A&M might come, and they might just stay here. So what is that going to do for the blue bloods of the sport? Well, the blue bloods of the sport don't want to get their shit together. Not some of them. USC is one of them. They don't want to get their shit together. All right. Only blue bloods that have gotten their shit together consecutively is Oklahoma, because they by far have been dominating the Big 12. Ohio State, because they by far have been dominating the Big 10. Alabama, because sometimes they don't dominate the SEC, but they're still up there, and they have like 1 or 2 losses almost every year. I mean, every other year or something like that. But Texas, they don't want to get their shit together, and that's where everybody wants to be there already. Like I say, USC is another one. Penn State should be a blue blood because they over 900 wins. They just don't have enough national titles. Michigan, they don't want to get their shit together. And that's another one who they want to be there so bad. They want Michigan to be there already. These are the blue blood programs who they want to be there. Notre Dame, they still kind of get mad at Notre Dame. They say Notre Dame is overrated. They still have a problem with Notre Dame getting to where they're at. This about to be their second time, maybe, if they get to the playoff. But that's going to be their second time getting there. They have a real problem with that. They have a real problem with that. All right. So, but anywho, guys, that's it. I'm stop going on a rant here. But that's it. That's all I have for the show on today. I thank you guys for coming out once again. Once again, this is the homemade podcast of sports with your host, Jay Pops. Guys, I love all of you all. Once again, I thank you guys so much. I cannot stop saying that enough. The show is being sponsored by Dopeness Styles and King's Beard Grooming Company. I thank you guys once again, and God bless to you all. And I will see you all tomorrow for that early signing day period. And much love to you guys. Once again, it's the homemade podcast sports with your host, Jay Pops. #GigaMegas.
And thank you guys for tuning in to the homemade podcast sports. Please, guys, subscribe to the YouTube page, and also follow me on Twitter @JPops, on Instagram @JPops, and also on Facebook at homemade podcast sports. Thank you guys once again. #GigaMegas.